What's up, everybody? We are back, and Tyler did not see this movie yet, but us three did, and you know I am super hyped for this one. So for the love of God, with the most recent slasher villains and the way they have it delivered, for me at least, can this one pan out? And this is one I did not have a lot of hope for. My feelings for it ratcheted up a little bit more once I saw the trailer, but overall, like, I'm still not, like, here with it, but it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I'm gonna be there the second it comes out. I even stayed up.
Awesome for this movie.
Yeah.
They really did.
It was like 2 a.m, and I was still trying. I had to be up at 6 trying to watch this movie. That's the dedication I had going for it.
How are you gonna do that? I can't do that.
That was the first movie I watched this morning.
I've had 3 hours of sleep, and this is gonna be a long night. Yeah, so guys, thoughts, because I'm so curious to hear people's thoughts on this shit. Spoilers later, of course.
Okay. So I love the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It's the only one I love.
The original?
Yeah. I think it's a fucking masterpiece.
It's so good.
This movie would fall in with the rest of them for me. Just kind of forgettable, I think. I think it's definitely worth a watch just for the kills, I guess you would say. I think the kills were pretty nice.
Leatherface was good in
the
this.
brutality of it. But that's about it for me, at least.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the kills in this for sure. As far as now, as y'all know, like this one carries on from the original 1974 one directly, so all other ones are completely dismissed.
It's like, what, 30 years later or something?
35 years later. So I was really enjoying this movie for about, I don't know, 45 minutes. Like a solid piece of this movie I was really enjoying, and then it got ridiculous to me, and it completely lost me.
At what
Checked
point?
out.
Well, that's spoiler territory. Okay. But dude, like as far as like the concept of this one was
With the town,
very intelligent. I really like the yes, where they're just some kids getting their life together, and they're going to this town that nobody lives in, and they're buying it to turn it into something, you know, new and exciting.
Adontopolis, or what do you?
Yeah, Don Topolis, because his name was Dante. But yeah, I mean, the concept was really good, and it was original in my opinion, because I haven't heard something like that, really. But Leatherface was good. I really liked the character of the hick that lived there.
Yeah,
Yes, he
was awesome.
He was like the only character I liked.
Yeah, he was my favorite character.
At first, I was like, "Oh, great! They're gonna make the generic fucking asshole." You know,
Well, they saw him at the gas station with
at
the
the gas
gun.
station. But then she was a bitch.
I didn't like her from the jump.
She was a bitch. She reminded me of Alana Glazer
bit, but
a little
yeah.
bit. But yeah, so they get to the town and all that shit goes on, but it started to get clumpy around. Well, I still can't. When we get to spoilers,
Brandon, you
what
get
do you
into some
think?
non-spoiler.
All right. So, what do y'all think I think about this movie?
I
Just
think
as a
you're with
guess.
me where you like up to a certain part or a certain point, and then I think as the movie went on, it started to lose you more and more.
I think you don't like any of it. You hated it from the jump.
Well, I'll say I agree. I actually disagree with what you're saying to some degree. Like the beginning of it, like wasn't anything special to me. I know you weren't saying it was special, but it didn't really do anything for me. It didn't lose me either, but like the concept of it all wasn't a huge fan of. But you know, it's a slasher movie. That's what it's gonna be. Like they just have to set up something so Leatherface or whoever insert killer here is gonna fucking do to these people. The characters were just mad at me. They weren't great. But other than that, I love this movie. Like, I'm shocked how much I love this movie.
Really?
Yes. Like, I
shit.
adore this movie.
Really?
Yeah, shockingly enough. This movie blew me away, especially with my expectations. This
Damn,
one
I'm
was
so surprised.
Let's
fucking
get into some spoilers now.
insanely good. Now let's
Spoiler territory,
do
people.
some spoilers. Yeah, y'all can do y'all.
Well, Rodney,
thing
where
here.
did it start to lose you?
I'll do
Okay,
my tangent at the end
so-
because I got a lot to say on this one.
The movie, it might even be further than 45 minutes. It is when Sally came back into play. When Sally, the original
Okay.
final girl, she came back into play, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Let's see what
That was
she."
super cringy.
Okay, yeah.
I
So I saw the Laurie Strodeness in it, you know. So I'm like, okay, so maybe they're wanting her to be the one that like ends this once and for all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm in this. The minute she sees Leatherface, and it's like
She
all of
could
a
shoot
sudden
him?
she has got a shotgun
knew y'all
pointing
were
at
gonna
his
go with
face.
this. I
She
knew
is
this
ready
was
to
gonna
rock
happen.
and roll, and he's just sitting there, and she's just staring at him like, I don't know if I can do this.
And he just walks away.
Dude walks away. She lets him walk away, and then goes out there to kill him out in the wide open like some stupid bitch. And then he takes the chainsaw and throws it through her stomach. All right, and fucking has Sally up in the air with this chainsaw, yada yada yada, and then launches her across into a building. This bitch is still alive, you're telling me, and she's
30
able to
minutes.
load a shotgun, and a solid like 30.
Well, and I think it was before that when she heard noises over in like the alleyway with the trash and couldn't see him, and then he comes charging straight at her.
Yeah,
And she misses. She shoots and misses with the shotgun.
hits the
somehow.
chainsaw.
Yeah, it
which-
kind of pushes it out.
Yeah.
It's a shotgun. But then when she's laying in the trash, she hits him from 50 yards away when he's
How
about to.
is she able to shoot a shotgun? And she had a chainsaw through. She was in the air with the chainsaw. Like it was on like
Also,
gutting her.
One point that
Loved
cracked.
it.
One point that
The
cracked
that
me
was
up.
awesome when it was happening,
Yeah.
but kill her. Like
Yeah.
make that kill her.
This is actually some of my positives to the movie in a weird way. I think a lot of these new slasher movies that have been come out with these fucking horror icons, I've kind of had a revelation. The thing is like when you just do like a stupid slasher movie with a big time killer and all that jazz, back in the day it was mainly just motherfuckers, like getting cut up. The characters were stupid. There wasn't much of a story. You were just there to watch these killers kill people in cool, awesome ways. Well, fast forward, now they've been trying to like advance that. It's almost like they've tried to make it more than what it is. And I think in a weird way, that's kind of harmed these movies. It's almost like this one, it was refreshing because they were just like, why are we doing this? The slasher franchise is full of dumb characters. It's full of dumb decisions. Let's like dumb it down. Let's let it just be bare. Let's take this back to bare bones and take it back to what slasher movies really just are. They're not going to be that smart. The characters aren't going to be that great. It's just going to be a fucking fast-paced, quick, in and out the door, blood, gore fest where the killer is just a fucking badass, wreaking havoc, and all of it doesn't have to make sense. There doesn't have to be all these ulterior fucking motives. It doesn't have to be all that. And them doing that is part of what made this so great. And I didn't even know if that's what I needed to see, but after seeing this one, I think that's a big problem with all these other ones. Like Halloween Kills. A good example of this, where this is, recent movie with the recent movie horror icon. Halloween Kills is amazing portrayal of the killer, but it's stupid around it. This one, same thing. But the thing is, Halloween Kills is an amazing portrayal of the killer with stupid shit around it, but they're trying to do something more. It feels like they're actually trying to push it to like new levels that slashers have never been. So the stupidness stands out more. In this movie, since it's more bare bones and it's just trying to be just a flat out slasher, throwback slasher flick, the stupidness and the stupid shit that like y'all are talking about doesn't bother me for that reason. And then the fucking portrayal of Leatherface, fucking amazing.
He was awesome.
The kills in this movie are fucking flat
Kills
out
are top-notch.
gnarly,
Favorite kill.
insane. Dude, holy
I
shit.
think it's on the bus when the black girl was trying to climb out the window.
She gets cut in half.
That
Shit is
whole
dumb.
scene
And the
is
bus scene.
intestines are hanging on the window, and they slowly like fall
Yeah,
off the side.
that was pretty
I
dope.
think that was my favorite.
That whole scene,
The
was
whole bus scene was-
wicked.
Yeah,
as
I
crazy.
couldn't
fuck.
believe because it started off like we saw it in the trailer, you know, and it's like,
Knew it was
oh,
coming.
this is about to be crazy. Well, it starts off really slow though. Like I almost thought at first that they were gonna like shield us from seeing the kills,
What? That
but
would
then
piss me
as
off.
it proceeded, oh my god,
Which and I love because the one dude's like got his Facebook Live on or whatever. And did you were you reading the comments people were
No.
saying? They
I
were
actually
like,
didn't.
They were like, "This looks so fake. Oh, that he didn't really kill him. That blood's so fake."
oh my
And it
god.
made me laugh. I thought that was a nice little touch they added.
Obviously, that massacre. But one scene that got me, like, I actually yelled out loud a few times.
I swear,
in this.
don't you better not say my favorite kill, because then you'll be my favorite kill.
Okay, well, I'm about to. 'Cause it's probably about to happen. It's the fucking hick. The hick.
Okay, good.
Broke
The,
his
dude,
leg.
when he
That was
broke his
brutal.
leg in, I was like, oh, let's fucking go. I got fucking hyped off that. And the way, and I love like his little redemption too, where he like almost like tried to give her the fucking keys back.
Yeah.
And I love the like play where she's under the fucking bed and I'm like, oh, this situation sucks. Like, what could you do? You don't want to see him die. And then the use of the mirror. Like, I thought that was fucking cool to not give, like, that was a great fucking touch. There's a bunch of, like, little touches I love in this
Dude,
movie.
that was so brutal. His death, man.
Oh, my God.
Because it was just one hit, and he like, oh, he's dead.
he-
But then
he
he,
just keeps
fucking
bashing.
yeah.
He was pissed.
The fucking,
Took it out on him.
yeah, and there's so many good touches I like in this movie. I love when he killed the one girl in the field, and she still had, like, a teardrop
Oh,
come out of her
that- yeah.
eye. I thought that was
That
fucking
was really
dope.
good. The teardrop is what made that kill so
Yeah.
dope. Like, it's
She
so
like
good.
covered her face
Yes.
up with her hair.
And then the other fucking thing, another cool thing, like when he kills the Don dude or whatever, what's his name? I
Dante.
forgot. Yeah, Dante.
Yeah.
When
Oh, the
he-
mouth.
Yeah, not even just that. That was a cool little extra add-on, but I thought it was a good touch after he hit him, and you're expecting Leatherface to storm out of the door, but it's actually him, and he comes in, you see Leatherface chilling in the back, just waiting as the door kind of flaps shut. It's him going away. There's so many cool touches. There's so many, like, amazing fucking kills. There's an amazing Leatherface portrayal. And then as far as some pushback on that shit, 'cause I knew that scene was going to fuck y'all up, when Sally came and went to shoot him. First off, we do know why Leatherface isn't attacking right, which makes that even more like to his character, which I love about this movie. This is the most like the original Leatherface that I've seen. He's not this guy that just kills to kill. He kills, like, he freaks out. He kills if there's a reason for him to kill. He didn't have a reason to kill her right there because she wasn't like, she might have a gun, but she didn't fucking kill anybody. She's not doing anything. His focus is on them. And I thought that hit hard, just like, she's like, you don't even fucking remember me, do you? And then the whole thing, like, her, like, she's been waiting for this moment for so long. She wanted that reaction. She dreamed of that. She wanted, like, the square up type shit. And when he didn't even give her the time of day, it was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? That was like, that is the reason she didn't shoot, is for that. And the reason, like, the impact of Leatherface just being who he is, he's like, I don't have no fucking beef with you. Because if Leatherface didn't have a beef with you in the original intent of the character, he's not fucking with you. And it was all about avenging this girl that, like, was helping him out through, like, the orphanage and shit. That's all his fucking brain was on. And if you were, like, with them, then he's going to fuck you up. And then as soon as she shot him and went through with it, that's when he was in, like, fucking kill mode. Now, I know, now, Leatherface shouldn't be shot this much. And I know fucking, like, Sally should have died right there. But again, that comes back to, like, we have a slasher movie that's just like a slasher movie. We're not thinking too much. We're just watching a fucking slasher movie at the root and core of what slasher movies are. And this movie is everything that a slasher movie at its core, if you love slasher movies, I think should be, period, in general. The negatives are the things that have always been tropes of slasher movies, which are, oh yeah, the story isn't phenomenal. It's just set them up and then knock them down. The characters aren't phenomenal, but they're at least, you know, somewhat passable. They're not like the worst things you've ever seen on screen. And that's all you need. Have a badass villain, have some badass kills, have fast-paced action. You got me fucking reeled in.
So
Other ones have been trying too hard, I think. This one just went back to the roots.
one scene that made me jump was at the end when they're driving off.
I love
and he
that.
snatched her from the car. cut her head
That
off.
was my favorite kill in the movie.
I was
That
not
was
expecting
fucking
that.
Dude, he
dope.
just staring at her, holding her by her hair,
And the
he
one
just-
girl's
Yeah, and then he's
hanging
and he
out the
does
top
the
of the
fucking
Tesla.
spin around,
Dude, the
dude.
shit was dope. And then I like the idea that they killed the OG final girl.
Yeah.
It's just I
Did
think the
like-
execution for me
I
wasn't
meant
there.
to say that. I fucking yelled. I was like, take that fucking Halloween and Halloween Kills. They had the balls to fucking do it. This is what I've been bitching about this. You can bring a character back, but don't lose sight of the fact that, yeah, we have a special place in our heart for this girl. We don't want to see her to go. But that is what these movies are meant to do. They're meant to be victims. And you remember the final girl. At the end of the day, this is about the killer. So the killer getting able to get his revenge, and for them to bring, I like the idea of bringing an old person back. When you let them linger around, they take away from the new people. They brought her back to get the fresh face, like, oh my God, we get to see this again. But you do what you need to do. You properly kill her off so she doesn't take away from everything. And then she lives, and then the next fucking movie, we're like, oh, it's still the Sally Hardest. Like, how can this progress in a new direction? They didn't give a fuck. They said, no, we're killing this bitch off. I know it's a beloved character. It's going to piss some soft people off. But at the same time, like, we're going to do what makes most sense if we're going to keep doing these movies and to not be overclouded. I love so many decisions in this movie.
I wish he would have killed the two girls when they were...
One cup.
With that, like, water in the bottom of the house or whatever. Remember when he fell in there with the one girl, and then he comes out, and then he's got both of them, and I don't know where they were, in like the basement or
Oh
something.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I wish he would, because he had a chance to kill both of them there, and I wish they would have went that
he
direction.
tackled someone into that water. That was dope. Like he just ran out of
the
nowhere.
one sister that got away.
Lord.
He just straight like linebacker.
Yeah,
boom.
in the chase scene, like that one scene when he was, I loved it. Like, even though it's a shotgun, yeah, but again, slasher movie, you suspend your fucking belief. Like, the fucking fact that he was just revving up the way he charged at her and the way the fucking looked, and then I was like, oh, let's go. Like, he's fucking actually gonna off this bitch. Holy shit. They're going there. They're taking it there.
What we got for scores?
Fucking great.
I'll go first. Like I said, I think the kills are the main reason I would ever watch this movie again. So it's getting a 5.8.
I'm probably close to with you on this. I'll give it a 6.5. Like I said, the whole movie up until Sally was literally like a 7.7 for me. Like it was, I was really enjoying the movie, and then the Sally kind of thing happened, and I was just like, oh man, like that kind of really took me out for a while. But then that ending kind of brought it back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like with that beheading, the way he did that, brought my score back up. So I'll give it a 6.5. So I mean, I like it more than I don't, and I do think it's, besides the remake, it's the next best one.
Yeah. I got 2 quick points. The score, I think, was actually pretty fucking good. The music and shit in it. And I also wanted to bring up, I love the way he looked when he chased the girl that lived. I forget her name. When he was like chasing after, he was barreling behind her with the fucking chains.
Oh.
Like, he was fucking sprinting. He was just huge as fuck. He looked wicked, like chasing her in that like initial moment. I was like, oh my God, can you imagine? And the atmosphere of the movie with the rain and the dark, I think that was a good touch. You add rain, the scene's almost better. For me, I can honestly say I see this going down, but only a few points. But this is a knee-jerk reaction, and where my expectations were at, and how hyped I am to have like just a slasher that I can love this much, because all these ones have been failing me lately. And then to top that off, I mean, just the whole movie, dude, like, worked for me. It just did. This is a 9 out of 10 right now for me.
Oh,
Yes.
Damn. I will say, the one decision, I think the best decision they made in this movie was letting the hick get that one good right hook on Leatherface.
Oh, I love that.
That
When he
was
was,
my
like,
shout
swinging it.
moment. Yeah, he
I like
like
the choreography type shit.
coming at him, and then he just, dude, it was a good hook, and it knocked Leatherface like back, and I was like, yes.
Yeah,
and
dude.
then he died, which I was okay with him dying because it
Seeing
was
them
dope.
fucking brawl, dude.
But yeah,
Tyler.
he straight brawl. What's your score, Tyler?
Cut it.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.